What's up, guys? Sergio here, back with another video, and today we're going to be doing arms and shoulders. So first things first, we're going to be starting off with the shoulder press machine. So if you've seen some of my previous videos, I've been doing more of the overhead press, so like free weight and barbell, but I've switched back to shoulder press machine for a while because from doing some of the pressing, my left shoulder was kind of giving me a little bit of pain. So rather than push through it, I backed off, which I think is the smarter thing to do always, and not push through it, because really there's nothing to prove. And it's all about just getting better, being stronger, but healthy. So back to shoulder press machine, just 3 sets, and we're pyramiding. So that means that as I increase the weight, the repetitions are going down. After just a couple warm-ups, just 3 sets on shoulder press machine, and then we're off to do some traps. All right, so we got shrugs next. So I do forwards and backwards because it hits your traps at different angles. So I do 4 sets to the front, 4 sets to the back, if you're including the 2 warm-up sets in the beginning. With this exercise, I'm doing about 15 to 20 reps. And this one I just really kind of play around with depending on how I feel. I've been going back and forth between using the barbell to using cables. So traps is really not a weak point for me. So usually anything I do, my traps respond pretty well to. So today I was feeling barbell, so didn't go super heavy, just stayed at 185 after that 135 warm-up, and then did all 3 sets with that weight. So traps is kind of like calves, where I just think volume is good and really making sure you're getting a good stretch, elevation, and depression of the shoulder to really ensure that they grow. All right, guys, so next we have a superset. We're doing lateral raises and face pulls. So we're hitting our lateral delts and our rear delts. So the first exercise with the lateral delts is a different one I've been doing, and I'm actually liking it a lot because it's really isolating the shoulders, and it's keeping me from putting my body into it when I do a side raise. So you just raise the bench all the way up, so it's chest supported, and you just raise the dumbbells up to your side, and man, you really do feel it burning in your side delts. So I'm really liking this exercise. I didn't increase the weight on this one. I think I just kept it at 20 pounds, doing about 12 to 15 reps. And then for the face pull, I did pyramid, but I kept the reps the same at about 15 reps. And the reason for that is that it's really easy to max out on this particular exercise, or machine, I should say. So rather than try to increase the weight, I just really focused on squeezing, getting a good squeeze. The cable is nice and smooth on this, so it's just really easy to get going almost too fast. So I really tried to focus on making sure I had a squeeze at the end of the movement. So next up is single arm lateral raises and reverse fly machine. So what you guys don't realize is that when it comes to arms and shoulders, I really like to mix things up. It's not as rigid, so I swap exercises in and out for what I'm feeling on a given week. So some are staples, and some I just kind of mix up and do a different variation. So reverse fly machine is something that I'm really been digging lately. I'm really able to concentrate on getting a good squeeze. So once again, with the rear delts, I keep the weight the same, 130 at 130 pounds, 12 to 15 reps, and just focus on the squeeze. And that's another thing I've been focusing on lately too, is some exercises when it comes to arms and shoulders, not really pyramiding or increasing the weight, but just kind of keeping it the same and really focusing on getting a good contraction. I think that's something that's really important, especially with arms, with your whole body. But for me, I've just been really focusing on the contraction when it's coming to hitting these muscle groups. For the lateral raise, I put myself at an angle because when I do that, it really concentrates on my lateral delts, and I feel like I'm more in line with the range of motion that my shoulder is trying to do. So that's why I lean the way I do. So yeah, give it a try sometimes if you haven't done single arm lateral raises that way. It really just feels natural to lean in that direction when you're doing lateral raises. All right, guys, next up is arms. So starting off with a cable curl and a rope pull down. So my bicep was feeling a little strained, so I didn't go super crazy with the cable curl. So not too heavy, but in doing that, I actually got a really good pump because I really focused on getting a good contraction. Instead of doing 10 reps, I was doing upwards of like 12 to 15 reps. and just really focusing on the squeeze once again. And that's the reoccurring theme this workout. But really focusing on the squeeze and really getting a good pump in my biceps. Then moving on to the rope pull down, same thing. Just doing not extremely heavy, but just really trying to get a really good squeeze at the bottom of the movement, a really tight contraction. And yeah, this cable that I'm using, I usually don't use this cable, but like I said before, it's really smooth, so things go really fast on it. So you really got to make sure that you are getting a really good contraction at the bottom so that you don't cheat yourself. But yeah, this felt pretty good. So moving on to the next one. All right, guys, second arm exercise. So we did hammer curls, followed by reverse tricep push down. So yeah, hammer curls, same thing, just trying to stay a little light, just watch my bicep. So we did hammer curls, 2 sets at 30 pounds, and then the last set at 35. And then with the tricep push down, I tried to experiment with doing like a double reverse tricep push down at the same time. But yeah, I just, as you can see, my form wasn't the best on that, and it was feeling kind of awkward. So I switched to just doing one arm at a time, which was much better. So that's what I did, just modifying, you know, that's what it's all about. So it's not always the prettiest, but you just get the job done. All right, guys, so next up we have preacher curl, standing preacher curl, and we have cable tricep kickbacks. So cable tricep kickbacks I've been doing for a little while now, and I really like those, really smooth, especially on this machine. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward like doing a regular kickback, but when you do it on a cable, it's just more smooth. It's not jerky. You're not kind of having to fight holding your arm up as much. It's just more of a fluid motion. So yeah, cable tricep kickbacks are a great one. Definitely give those a shot if you haven't tried them. And then the isolated preacher curl is very similar to like a regular barbell preacher curl, but you're just standing. So just a different way to isolate the bicep. It's a great exercise to do. I didn't do a lot of weight with this one, but just really stayed with the same weight and just focus on the contraction, just bang them out. All right, guys, so now a little bit of calves. So this is my third time doing calves this week. Just 2 exercises, body weight, and it's just something different than taking a break from using weights the other 2 times. So what I'm doing is just really focusing on the stretch, so you can see that I kind of pause at the bottom and then bring my toes up as high as I can. So this is taking advantage of the lack of weight, so you can really get a good range of motion. And if you do these right, if you do them nice and slow, your calves will be burning. And then the same with the anterior tibialis, trying to get a stretch at the bottom and then pull my toes all the way up. So the last exercise is abs. So just 3 ab exercises. So I don't do a whole lot of abs as of late. I'm really just trying to maintain. So I only do 3 sets of ab exercises only twice a week. So only 6 sets for the entire week. So just 3 exercises. The first one is the cable torso twist, just focusing on the obliques. The second one is a vertical knee raise, just focusing more on the lower abs, the lower part of the rectus abdominis. And then the last exercise is a cable crunch, so it's focusing on the upper abs, like the upper part of the rectus abdominis. So just 3 exercises just to hit the abs from all different angles, and that's it. So that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys did find this video helpful. And really just to take home is, you know, don't be afraid to do lighter weight and focus on the contraction. You know, it's not always about going heavy, especially if you don't have good form. And then also, don't be afraid to modify. So I had to do some modifications because my bicep was feeling a little off and had a couple other aches and pains. So, you know, don't be so rigid with your exercises, but, you know, be willing to mix it up and try new things. So that's going to be it for this video. If you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.